Welcome everybody to Bedbug TV. I'm your host, Jeff White. And in today's episode I want to talk quickly about a heating device that's now on the market called the ThermalStrike Ranger. And what it is, it's a commodity heating unit that you can use for traveling items such as suitcases and other things. So when you return home from a trip, if you're concerned about bed bugs being on your suitcase, you can go ahead and use this device to heat that item up. And it can also be used for other items as well. And what I want to say is that here in the directions it says to please see the manufacturer's website for additional guidelines and demonstration for the treatment of other items. And so the first and foremost thing that I say about anything that I talk about is you want to make sure you follow the directions that are provided in the unit itself, and it will provide additional information on how to heat up other items. And so we'll just set that aside, quickly show you how it works. First, what I want to say is that it's a very nice compact unit, as you can see. It has these fun little clips on it that we're going to go ahead and open up, if I can manage to open them. And what it does is it unfolds. And the best I can describe it, and I don't even know exactly the word I would use, it almost kind of feels like a soft cooler. It's got a very kind of soft exterior, nylon. And here you can see, I'll turn it towards the camera, you can see inside and down. Again, almost kind of like a soft cooler. And so what you do is you really just go ahead and stand it up. And it's got a very, like I said, soft exterior. And it comes with this plastic square, shall we say. And what that's meant to do is go into the bottom of the unit to help expand the unit and give it a firm base to sit whatever item you're going to be sitting on, or putting in it, I should say. And so basically, I mean, that's the extent of the construction of the Ranger. You can see it's got the bottom in place. And so what we would then do is go ahead and take a suitcase that I have here and go ahead and place the suitcase in the Ranger. And it says in the directions very clearly that you want to go ahead and put the suitcase in and stand the unit upright if possible. And the reason why you want it upright is because you want to keep the bugs away from the zippered top. The zipper, you know, when it closes is going to have a small opening in it, and so you want to keep the bugs away from that opening so as you're heating things, they can't climb out. The inside of this unit is very slick, so bugs should have a hard time crawling up the unit as it's becoming hot, as the bugs are trying to get away from whatever item that you're heating. And so here you have the unit constructed. You're going to go ahead and close the zipper, if I can close it, which I can. And then the last thing I want to mention real quick or talk about is the plug. And so what you have here is a very simple plug that should plug into just about any US outlet. And you have a little slide device, and what you do is you just go from that's 0 to 2, 4, and 8. And the 2, 4, and 8 are the hours that the unit is going to turn on for. It depends on what you're putting in there. Obviously, you're putting in a very small item. You might be able to heat it up for 2 hours, 4 hours, and or 8 hours for the maximum length of time. The unit comes with a small thermometer and a little, drop cord you can put inside to the center of whatever item you're heating to be assured that the item heats up to 120 degrees. 120 degrees is the critical temperature that bed bugs and their eggs will die very rapidly. Usually a minute or less. And so go ahead, plug this in, these lights will come on, you'll slide it up to whatever hour you're choosing to do. Go ahead and leave it in place and let the item heat up. If you're putting suitcases in it though, it's Bedbug Central's recommendation that you take those clothes out of the suitcase, and go ahead, transfer them into a garbage bag outside of the home, put them in a hot dry cycle, and go ahead and dry those items accordingly. That will be guaranteed to kill any bugs and eggs that are on it. Now, what I will say is this device is created to heat up suitcases that have items still inside of them. Obviously, you want to make sure whatever is inside the suitcase, though, will not be damaged by heat. This unit, in my testing yesterday, got up to about 150 degrees or so, and so on the outside. And so it does get warm. And you want to make sure whatever's in here is not going to be damaged by that temperature. And I did do a quick test of the suitcase I actually put in there with some clothes inside, and within 2 or 3 hours, everything in that suitcase was up to critical temperature for killing bed bugs. And so that right there is the ThermalStrike Ranger. Pretty neat little device, pretty neat design. I actually am going to have one inside my house to heat up stuff that I return home from my business travel, because I'm obviously traveling all over all the time. And so, pretty cool. If you have any questions about this device or anything else, you can always contact me, jeff.white@bedbugcentral.com, and I hope to see everybody soon enough.